Hello, I am Mac, at least for a day, and everything's going to be okay. I wanted to do this video to look back on 2019 and talk about what I did with my channel this year and talk about my plans for 2020. Now, the recording of this video, it's not quite New Year's in America, but I believe my United Kingdom viewers are already in New Year's in 2020, where they are. So, seems a pretty good time to go ahead and do this video as my New Year's video. Now, I'm going to go ahead and go over everything that happened this year for the most part, just a quick overview of everything that went on. First thing this year I did was my No Man's Sky Speculation 2019 series. And I really enjoyed that series, and it was nice because a lot of the things that we discussed did end up being in the Beyond update. I did a video about VR, asking if we thought VR was going to come out, and people responded, and I did another video and reading people's comments about that, and we did end up getting VR in the Beyond update. And then I also did one asking how multiplayer could be improved in No Man's Sky if Hello Games decided to do more with multiplayer, and they did. Although I predicted in that video that if they did more multiplayer stuff, it wouldn't really improve the game much. And I would say I was kind of right about that. Although, that's not to say multiplayer could never improve No Man's Sky, but the multiplayer they added in No Man's Sky Beyond was not all that great. A lot of people complained that it doesn't feel any different than it used to be, other than the Nexus. The Nexus was the only thing that they really added to multiplayer. But I'm getting on a tangent here. But yeah, a couple of the big things that ended up being two of the biggest things in the Beyond update we discussed in that speculation series. And we discussed a lot of other things that we didn't get, like variety and lava planets and all that stuff. But maybe someday we'll get stuff like that. But anyway, then it was kind of good timing, kind of bad timing, that I ended that speculation series like right when the first Beyond teaser trailer came out. So we got the first Beyond teaser trailer in March of 2019, which is like right after I concluded my series. I did the series from like January to February, and then we got the trailer. So it was kind of good that I got all the speculation done before they started revealing what was going to be in the update. But in a way it was also kind of bad because at that point I was ready to take a break from No Man's Sky. And it would have been nicer if we could have speculated after hearing about the Beyond update, like what's going to be in the Beyond update. And at that point all I did was just report whenever there was news, like the Beyond trailer and all that. I didn't do any more real speculation videos. But like I said, in a way it's kind of good because that was the point when we started getting actual information of what we were going to get. But then because we found out that we were getting VR with No Man's Sky Beyond, I went ahead and got PlayStation VR. So then that really affected content on my channel. I started doing a lot of VR games. I got Beat Saber with the bundle, which is a game I love and I still play. And I did a bunch of demo VR games that also came with the PSVR. So yeah, that I did a bunch of different VR content on my channel. I'm not going to go over each game that I did, but then in April, the Dreams Early Access came out. And I had been waiting. I had known about Dreams since my channel started. I even mentioned Dreams in like my third or fourth video on the channel. So that's been something that I'd always been planning to do on my channel for a really long time. So I got the early access, and my channel kind of pivoted to all Dreams content, because at that point we weren't getting a lot more news about No Man's Sky after we found out that multiplayer and VR were two of the big features. We didn't get any more news, so I did Dreams. I played other people's games in Dreams. I started making my own games, and that went on into the summer, and I concentrated completely on making my biggest game in Dreams, and didn't really do anything with No Man's Sky because nothing was happening until we finally got news of the third feature of Beyond, which was just basically more base building, No Man's Sky 2.0, which didn't end up being super impressive, because I can't even really think of all that they added, other than they added creature feeding, and they added some new machines, some new mining machines and stuff like that, and lots of other little features, but nothing really huge and major. That's why they didn't mention it for so long, because there wasn't anything all that tangible. There was just small little things that they were adding. So we finally got news about that, and then in August we finally got the No Man's Sky Beyond update. So then my channel pivoted back to No Man's Sky content, and I did my No Man's Sky Beyond VR only playthrough and some other series with Beyond. And then during that time, I also played The Outer Worlds. I did a series on that game in October. And then I played Doctor Who: The Edge of Time, a little VR game, for some other content on my channel, while continuing No Man's Sky. And then on November 28th, we got the No Man's Sky Synthesis update. So then I did my series, The Life, the Universe, and Everything, in No Man's Sky, doing the new synthesis features, and that series is concluded after 26 episodes. And we also got the Bite Beat. It was a really small update later on, and I also played Astroneer a little bit on my channel. I don't know if I'll go back to Astroneer. It kind of was bad timing, because the synthesis update came out and that was really big. And Astroneer, I really liked Astroneer, but people lost interest in it pretty quickly. I didn't get a lot of views on Astroneer after the first couple videos, so let me know if you'd really want me to go back to Astroneer. If not, I may just leave it where it is. I did like 6 or so episodes, but I might go back to it someday. And now, yeah, we're ready for New Year's. We're pretty much up to right now. Okay, so now I'm going to go over my plans for 2020. My plan for January is to just finish up the weekly missions and alien heads. We got 4 new alien heads left to unlock in the Quicksilver merchant. So that's all I'm going to be doing in January, really. I'll do the weekly missions on Friday evenings. I'll live stream that in VR, and then the video will go up on YouTube. And I'll get the Quicksilver and buy the heads and do a video about that when they unlock, as I have been. So since there's 4 heads left and we'll be getting 1 head per week, that should take us through to the end of January. Then I'm guessing Hello Games will do what they've done in the past and go quiet until the summer. I mean, that's what they've done the last couple of years, so I think it's safe to assume that's what they'll do again. I do think that they will continue updating No Man's Sky. I was worried that they were going to stop updating No Man's Sky because of some things that Sean Murray said in interviews right before the Beyond update come out, where he said basically that they would stop updating No Man's Sky when they ran out of creative ideas. Well, basically what he said was, money is not the issue. It's not about how much money we make from No Man's Sky. It's about how much creative vision we still have for the game. So basically he was saying we're not going to stop because of money. We're going to stop because of not having anything new we want to do with the game. So I was worried that it sounded like the writing was on the wall. They were going to stop updating soon because they were running out of things to do. But then we got the synthesis update and other stuff after Beyond, so it does seem like they are going to continue developing No Man's Sky more. And we've got some stuff in the files that they still haven't added in. And we'll talk about that in a little while. But yeah, that's the plan for January, is to finish up the last little bit of the weekly missions and the alien heads. And then in February, Dream's full release is coming. I talked about this in a video that I did, but February 14th is when the Dream's full release comes out. And at that point, I want to go back to concentrating on Dreams on my channel, at least for a while, because I still really believe in Dreams. I know I've stopped doing it lately. I got a little bit burnt out on it after making that really big game in the summer. I did some more Dream surfing live streams and featured other people's games and videos, but I have been taking a long break from Dreams. But now that the full release is coming in February, I'm definitely going to do a lot more content with it after the full release, and such as the story mode. They'll be adding the story mode. They always promised that there would be a story mode that Media Molecule made that would be a part of the full game. I'm pretty sure that will be out then, and I'll be able to do a series on that. And then I'll continue making videos on other people's games that they made, and I'll start making my own games again. But we'll see how all of that shapes up. And then in March, while still doing Dreams content, I'm also in March going to be playing Journey to the Savage Planet. I don't know if you've heard of that game, but it's kind of an indie game, I think. It's a lot like No Man's Sky as far as the visuals, the planet or planets. I'm not sure if it's a single planet. I think the game takes place in a single planet, but I'm not sure. But the planet that you go to, I think there's just multiple biomes. And it's all the same planet, but the planet you go to is really bright and colorful and has funny looking creatures, a lot like in No Man's Sky. It's not procedurally generated. It's not like an infinite universe or anything. It's a handcrafted world, and the storyline has a beginning and an end, so it's not a huge sandbox game, but it's a space game. The visuals are a lot like No Man's Sky. It looks like a lot of fun. I've already pre-ordered it, so I will definitely be doing a series on Journey to the Savage Planet in March when it comes out, while also continuing to do Dreams content. And then I'm thinking I may do a new No Man's Sky speculation series. It'll be later this year than it was. Well, it'll be later in 2020 than it was this year. I started right at the beginning of the year in 2019, but I may start it in April or May after I finish Journey to the Savage Planet. But we'll have to see how everything goes. At that point, we may have gotten news from Hello Games already, some kind of teaser or something about whatever the next update's going to be. Or maybe not, who knows? They might update sooner, but I don't want to get my hopes up. Their pattern has always been do an update in the summer, go do more small bug fixes and maybe some other updates up until New Year's, and then after New Year's their pattern has been completely silent until they finally give us some big news, in March or whatever. And then the actual update doesn't come until the summer. So that's their pattern, is just summer update, small updates until New Year's, and then silence for the most part until the next summer. So I think since they've done that 2 years in a row, I think that's going to continue to be their pattern. So at that point in April, we may have gotten some teasers about what's coming next. So then I'm going to do a speculation series. We can speculate about the new features. If we haven't gotten any news yet, we can speculate about the stuff that was hidden in the files that hasn't been added to the game yet. And whatever. That's my plan, is to do another No Man's Sky speculation series April or May this year. And then we'll just be waiting until the summer when there may be a new No Man's Sky update. Now, obviously, it's possible that they won't ever do a big update again. I don't think that, though. I do think we'll get more. But that is pretty much my plan for the year. So, weekly missions and alien heads in January, Dreams full release in February, start doing more content with Dreams, Journey to the Savage Planet in March, and then No Man's Sky speculation and waiting for new updates for No Man's Sky. That is pretty much my roadmap for the first half of next year, and we'll just have to see what else comes along. But anyway, this is the end of a year. I'll have been doing my YouTube channel for 3 years, I think in April. So my channel is almost 3 years old. It's 2.5 years right now. It's also the end of a decade. So that's pretty exciting. 2020 is a pretty cool name for a year. And I'm really looking forward to and excited about this coming year and this coming decade. See what else happens with YouTube and No Man's Sky and making content on games in general. But that's about going to do it for this video, looking back on 2019 and looking forward to 2020. Thank you all for supporting me this year. I really appreciate it. I've been Mac. Thank you for joining me for a day. And remember, thank you for joining for this year. And remember, everything is going to be okay.